No, I totally understand if nobody joins us tonight. I get it that the weather outside is delightful, as they say. Look at it, Tony. Good to see you, my friend. Facebook user, I don't see who you are. So, unfortunately, just in case you're not aware, you'll have to go to StreamYard in order for them to allow your Facebook profile. How you do that is some destinations won't get comments. Learn more, click on that link during the broadcast, after the broadcast, doesn't really matter, but that is how you sign yourself up so that we can see your Facebook profile. I tell you, we're blessed to have some great people here. Douglas is in the house. Chucky D's in the house. Curtis, how you doing? Scott Stewart all the way out on the West Coast. Lyndon Rempel, yeah, baby. Yes, it's Scott from BC. It would be no one else. Scott Stewart, absolutely. John, how you doing, my friend? Hey, guys, thanks for joining us. It is another episode of TNT. And we are blessed to have a plethora of great guys behind scenes right now that we've managed to meet just before going live. And sometimes that's the best part. Sometimes that's the most fun. We get to rib each other and what have you. But one thing I will say is there's a bunch of product in front of me and a bunch of product in front of them that they want to show you. But before we get to that, let's meet someone we haven't seen for a while. We've been missing. You know what? There's like an empty spot in our heart. Let's bring on the one and only Moose Bertew. There's Moose. How you doing, Moose?
What's up, homie? How are you?
Well, never. Listen, dude. Never as good as you, but one day, if I ever get to that point in my life, I will be smiling just like you are.
Absolutely. How can I not be smiling, man? You see the view behind me right now? Like,
amen.
There's nothing better than sitting dockside.
Now, you're not gonna get arrested for trespassing wherever it is you are. Eh?
No, I'm not gonna get arrested for trespassing.
Good.
Might get arrested for yelling at the neighbors, though. They're kind of
okay. Well, you know what? We'll make this short and sweet because it is a family show, and any of those kind of words we can't toss out on a regular basis. Maybe once in a while, but not very often.
Moose, I'll hide my beer as well. How's that?
Well, it's all good. Everybody, you know what? You're dockside, right? It's a beautiful night out tonight. I can't imagine. It's beautiful here. I can't imagine what it's like there where you are.
It's perfect. It's incredible. The muskie are cruising around eating bait fish. I can hear them and see them splashing around in here.
Wow.
The bullfrogs are going. The bluegill are on beds, and the largemouth are on beds. It's actually pretty wild to see this and how it kind of transforms from winter to summer. And I've never had the opportunity to just sit here, sit dockside kind of thing throughout the whole year. But it's pretty wild to watch the transformation. So it's nice.
And it is quite the fishery. The Kawarthas has always been a fantastic fishery, and there is a lot of fish, a lot of wildlife, and it's great to be able to see it like you are, dockside and firsthand. That must be friggin' pretty cool. Listen, I know you've been really busy with the OFC Nation website. I'm going to let you run with this. Give us an update and tell us where we're at.
So we're getting close. There's some glitches. There's some errors in the system. I've been working closely with the people from WordPress, trying to figure out what the problem is. There was a lost password, story of my life. Couldn't get in, got locked out, this, that, and the other thing. Anyway, long story short, there has been a hack in the system. So somehow, some way, we're completely locked out of our own site. But they're working on it. They're trying to figure it out. It's been a couple of weeks, but I'm hopeful. But once I'm hoping by Monday or Tuesday, I could actually get in and make the changes to the site. But in the meantime, if anybody does want to order anything, you can go to the site and poke around and see what's available, and then just message me directly on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll be able to get you what you need that way until the site's up to date. As far as the VIP section of the site, that'll also be open to the public, and we're going to start populating it with all the wonderful people that have come on TNT.
And this is really what it's been. We're lucky, Moose, that we've had some great folks have backed our CFN fish off. We do little videos like we did on at the beginning to try and promote them. OFC Nation is going to take it one step further once we explain it all to them. It's very inexpensive, but it gets you a whack of promotion. And the nice thing is the subscription that we used to sell to our community is now free. So if you want to get deals on products that are offered up from some incredible Canadian I want to say back door, basement, garage, dwelling, tackle makers. Stay right here at OFC Nation, and you're
Yeah,
going to find out how.
100%. We'll be populating it real soon. You'll get to see, pictures of all the different things that Scotty has featured on TNT, all the contact info, where to buy it, how to buy it. From maybe we'll put in costs and stuff there too as well. I know for sure we'll have the promo codes and we'll have the OFC Nation specials and whatnot. But yeah, soon. It's a work in progress. Life's busy, COVID's slow, so it is what it is.
And that's really what is happening. Like I was talking to Bob, as I know you have lately as well, and it's hard, to empathize the struggles that he's having because you think Shimano, you think this big company, big corporation, but you find out how much they depend on that supply chain and how much it's affecting a company like Shimano. So for all those.
Yeah, I mean, it's right across the board. You're seeing it from Scotty's Downriggers to Lund Boats to Triton Boats to every single boat manufacturer, every single tackle manufacturer. My good friend Jared from Punisher Jigs, I just did some packaging for him. He's got 3 or 4 different new jigs out, and we just did a whole bunch of packaging, and he's having a hard time getting something like hooks. You know, they're hard to come by. Every supplier is out, and a lot of them don't even know when they're getting product. Sure, the Shimano's of the world and the Abus and the Daiwas and this, that, and the other, all of them are out of product. So, I mean, I highly, highly, highly recommend if you do happen to find something in the store, grab it because it will not be available for very long. I mean, just last week, a friend of mine had messaged and said they were looking for 12 Taloras, and you know how difficult it was to find 12 specific Taloras. 12 Taloras and 6 Dakotas. Not easy to find. The stores had them, but I had to go to 3 different stores in order to fulfill that order. So yes, be patient with them. There is some stock out on the market now. I know Ganyon's was just restocked. BJ Tackle has a load of stock. I just had a flock of geese fly over me.
We'll see it in the background. Yes.
They shat all over me. I swear to you. I not once. I think I just got shat on like 3 times. That's amazing.
Well, clean up yourself first, and then you'll get to your cottage. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I see Sarah's on here. I hope Hunter's listening as well. And we're not doing this to try and gain support for Shimano because of what's going on. We just want our community to understand that I feel bad for Hunter. I got to say it right up front. It rocks me to my core that we're not able to get him his reel, but we are definitely working on it. I know Bob's working on it, and
What
Hunter,
reel is it,
what's that?
What reel is it?
It's a Vanford, and I've been told Bob said that it'll be around, hopefully no later than August, but hopefully sooner than that. But everything's on back order. What the store's got was ordered, months and months and months ago. So we appreciate everybody's, being understanding about it and cooperation.
Also, the other thing is service. Just be patient with service. I mean, not all parts are readily available all the time. I know some people have called me and said, "Hey, what's going on with service here and service there?" At the end of the day, if you need a part for your reel and it's not in stock, just be patient with service. Everything's behind schedule. But with that being said, there's some incredible prices right now on a lot of different products.
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw it out there, but I am. If you can get your hands on the new NRX, my friend, you will fall in love. Fall in love. Might be a little out of my price range and your price range, but I've got one right now, and it is a lot of fun. It is ridiculously sensitive. It's incredible rod. The Corrado, they're again available. The SLX, there's an abundance of them right now. They just came out with a huge shipment, and 3 out of the 4 stores I've been to in the past week have tons of them. And then there's the Symmetry combo where they're flying off the shelves. I was at Jasper's store there last week, and one guy was walking out with 3 of them in his hand. So, I mean, there's something to be said about what's available now. Grab it because I don't think there's going to be much I mean, yes, the season's going to come to an end and you're not going to need rods, but I don't think there's going to be much being shipped out as quickly as people seem to think. So if you see it, buy it. Don't
Yeah.
hesitate. It's just another toy.
And you talk about the symmetry. That is the combos that we're going to be giving up on our weekly draws for the CFN fish off. So I'm looking forward to that because I've heard nothing but great things, and we've been really, really lucky. You know, we started with the SLX the first year. We got into the Celis and Next Save the following year, and now we're into the symmetry. So it's kind of cool that, you know, the CFN fish off is sort of unveiling some new product that Shimano was representing for communities like ours that you know, don't necessarily can afford. They can't necessarily go out and afford you know, some of the higher quality stuff that
Dude,
Shimano.
at 100 and I think $139 to $159 price point, you cannot beat it.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, you cannot beat it. It's a good looking rod and reel. It feels good. Medium light, medium. Probably I'm starting to fall in love with the medium light, to be honest with you. But medium being the all around incredible, fun, loving type of rod, you can't go wrong with it. You really can't.
right on. Moose, we're gonna let you go. I know you got a lot to do tonight. We can't thank you enough, buddy, for stopping by and spending a little bit of time with us. And thanks so much for all the work you're doing for the OFC Nation website.
All good. I'll bring your stickers on Sunday. And guys, again, if you want anything off the website, it is discounted. The prices haven't been updated because I'm locked out, but all prices are discounted $5 to $10 depending on the item. So don't hesitate to reach out. There are limited sizes. And you know, just for fun, I'll even customize it for you guys. So if somebody orders a hoodie and wants it customized, I will customize your shirt. I'll put your name on like a sleeve or along the back or something for you, or you know, anything you need. Reach out and we'll make it happen. Scotty, I appreciate your time. Thanks, buddy.
You as well, bud. All the best. Enjoy.
Ciao.
Good luck. Lucky to have Moose around. You know, does some fantastic things. And for OFC Nation and all you OFCers and CFNers, some of the swag that he puts out for OFC Nation is really top shelf. So, like he said, he invites you to call him, reach out to him, PM, whatever, on Messenger. And if you're looking for something that's kind of unique, that you want your name on, something that perhaps we haven't made through OFC Nation, by all means, give him a shout, and hopefully we can get it together and get you with some swag on your back. Now, I have to say, they're going to talk about this when they come on. And from what I understand, I'm so glad that somebody on Facebook mentioned that I've got Steven's name wrong. Obviously, the I went in the wrong place. That is autocorrect. And when you're in a hurry, things go wrong. But I did the video that you guys saw, and it was about just this. I couldn't really get to anything else because I was having a heyday with this green. It's a dark green, almost like a perch color swim bait, 3.5 inch. The action on this is very, very good. And for folks like these guys that I'm going to be introducing to, doing this stuff in their basement, their garage, their back shop, whatever, I think it's pretty friggin' cool that we're able to represent them here on CFN. They are called Walter's Baits, and I am going to introduce you to them right now. This is the 6 colors. It's called the Rainbow Pack, and I'm going to get them to explain it to you. Let's bring on Team Walter's Baits. There they are.
How's it going, guys?
Excellent. Perfect. Good stuff.
Now, I have to ask, you guys obviously have been fishing for a number of years, some more than others. What do you remember? We always start with this, but was there an aha moment, one of those epiphanies as a young child, a young growing adult that got you hooked into fishing? We're going to start from right orange shirt to left. Tell us who and how you got into fishing.
Well, I've been in fishing my whole life. I've been fishing with my dad every time we've gone anywhere, even if we were just kind of traveling. If we saw a little lake, he'd be like, I wonder what kind of fish are in there. You know, so it kind of like every time he would bring it up, I would always it would be in my mind as well. So it got to the point where like we were driving by somewhere, he'd be like, I wonder what kind of fish are in there. I'd be like, let's stop and find out. You know, so it got to the point where like we were just fishing a lot of lakes. And if I'm being honest, I was young, so my attention span wasn't there. so I didn't really like it
Still
as
is.
much at the time. You know, I couldn't do multiple hours on the water. I couldn't just do that. You know, but now that I really found out what fishing can actually do and the relaxation it can actually do for you, I could be out there for days. Honestly, I'd tent out there on the water if I could.
And really, that's what it's all about, right? Like, you know, it's hard to sell it to a 5, 6, maybe 7 year old. You know, the whole total package of angling, but it really is that. And just the way you described it is how I enjoy it, how our community enjoys it. I'm sure a lot of other people who get out on the water enjoy it as well. Stephen, you're up next, my friend. I don't want to strain you because that might look like you have to go back a few years. Not that I'm any younger. I mean, who can class out. But can you remember back to one of those moments that introduced you to fishing that caught your attention, your passion?
Yeah, I do. Back then, well, the motorboat wasn't invented yet, so we had a lot of people row, you know, when we were trolling. So yeah, that was rather difficult. So the lures were different back then. But no, in all honesty, thanks for that introduction. I really enjoyed that. Wow, I'm old. So, anyways, probably I'm originally from the north. I'm from Sudbury. And up in Sudbury, we've got a number of lakes and a variety of different species. And just going to different people's, we call them camps. Down here, we call them cottages. But going to camps at Panache with the Matichucks and the Sweatics and the memories that actually come flooding back to me. Fishing off the dock, catching rock bass. Hey, probably the first fish I ever caught was a rock bass. I remember the first sunfish I ever caught. I couldn't believe how beautiful they were. You know, and I was amazed. I said, that should be an aquarium. So things like that got me hooked on fishing. And then I started, you know, our only information back then was Field and Stream and Outdoor Life. That was basically it. So all the knowledge we got was from those books. And I've just loved it ever since. And I've come back down south now. I'm in southern Ontario. So the fishing is kind of limited in certain areas, not like we had it back then. But yeah, fishing has been part of my life, all my life. And I guess it's from my roots from northern Ontario, where fishing is very, very accessible.
Well, you know, but before we do, and I say, Stephen, honestly, we love the fact that we were able to talk to a mentor, an idol in Jim McLaughlin each Monday, and you know, he reminds us of, you know, his tales of his trips down memory lane and how angling has evolved. And you're a good sport, but at the end of the day, we thrive. In fact, we just sit on the edge of our seats to listen to folks like yourself from your generation to pass on the kind of knowledge that, you know, we thrive for, because in a lot of cases it may have changed. The fish really haven't changed, right? As Jim reminds us all the time, the fish have not changed. How we target them may have evolved. It's interesting when we go back to certain things that worked when we were kids, like, you know, you go into the twister tails, that kind of Mr. Twister, that was a huge craze back in the day. And it's amazing that we're finding ourselves going back to the way it was. So, Stephen, as I said, you're a great sport, but you are a constant reminder of how sometimes angling comes full circle. So thanks for that story. Now, on to the last bookend. And of course, it looks like you've got a lot to tell. I know that you.
So it's funny that you're talking about the Mr. Twister, because actually my father introduced me to that growing up, and ever since then, my dad has been my role model in fishing. He's taught me a lot of my stuff, as well as Steve as well. Although he's not my dad, he still treats me like one of his kids. That's
my
for
ultimate
sure.
son.
That's for sure. But yeah, definitely like the memories of my dad, like waking up early mornings, like going out to like Lindsay area to go fishing off the pier and stuff like that, or off the bridge. It was a lot of fun, and it's definitely one thing that I remember, like just the memories with my dad and being able to connect with someone and teaching me the ropes to let my kids down the future do the same.
So the first question's popped up, and it would be a question that obviously makes sense to ask. Walter's Baits. Is there someone named Walter, or is it a nickname? Who came up with the name?
I'm going to let Ryan take that.
Yeah, so we're on a lake. We're on a lake up in northern Ontario, and one of the things we found out about our lake was there was a legend. You know, there's a legend of the lake, and it was always you wanted to catch the legend, and the legend's name is Walter. You know, he's a massive bass on our lake. If you see him, he looks like 4 bass put together. He's absolutely massive. He's completely black. Apparently, only 3 people have seen him. One person said they hooked into him but snapped his line. That makes a lot of sense. So what happened was we kind of found out about Walter. We kind of started to target him. Couldn't find him at all. I moved over to Ireland, and then my dad and Nico started to talk about the whole baits company. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So we were trying to figure out a name, and we were always trying to figure out what's going on and everything like that, just to kind of get the ball rolling. And my cousin actually brought up, he's like, what about Walter and Co? And I was like, why do you say Walter? And he's like, I don't know. It's just the first thing that came to my head. And I said, that must be an absolute coincidence. So we just decided we have to name the company after the legend of Walter on our lake.
The Irish, they're scary. They really are.
I will say this though, you know, obviously COVID has allowed folks like you to, you know, introduce yourselves, you know, create yourselves when it comes to a plastics company. I know you haven't been around forever, like it's been a short period of time that you've been around, but I'm telling you, based on the quality of what I'm seeing from your product, and once I'll let you guys get some of your products out, but in the meantime, I'll do a close up. And as you said, this is the rainbow pack. That is what I would consider a perch color. It's five or six different colors, five colors. And these paddle tails, as I said, they've got their own unique hue, own unique colors. They've got the metal flake inside as well. This one I'm really looking forward to. As everyone knows, I love my pink. That pink is dynamite.
Ganoraska grape. And what's that one?
Muskoka maple.
Muskoka maple. Love the names, eh?
And our blue metal flake.
Nice, the Lake of Bays leech.
Lake of Bays leech. That is very popular in Florida.
Really?
Very.
We've had a couple loaders down there, and that's a big seller.
They buy that by the bulk.
What's the green? What do you call your perch?
Well, that's actually our Halliburton green.
Halliburton. Yeah, Halliburton green.
And last but not least, the
clear
Simcoe salt and pepper.
Yeah. That's the one we're catching all our trout on in the last couple of weeks.
That is huge.
Big time.
Now, everyone knows I love my colors, but you also have a rainbow color that includes, or a rainbow package that includes Senkos. Talk us through some of your Senkos.
Again, that's the
Algonquin.
Yeah.
Algonquin. You can tell they're in production.
Yeah, that's the Halliburton green.
That's definitely the Halliburton green again, yeah.
Yeah,
Ganoraska grape.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go.
I believe that's Muskoka maple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maple, yeah.
And that's your Simcoe salt and pepper.
That's the killer. That's the killer.
And that's your Lake of Bays leech, you said?
Yeah, Lake of Bays leech. Yeah.
Right on. Well, you know what? We're going to be giving these away, as well as a package from Mad Camp. So I want to thank Walter's Baits for that. But before we go anywhere, I know you guys have possibly some stuff that you've brought to the table too. Let's quickly go over that.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan. Or do you want to go see?
Oh, what we're doing is we're going to be donating these 2 packs to the contest that you're going to be talking about later on. Okay. One pack is the rainbow pack of the Senkos, and the other one's the rainbow pack of the paddle tails that you were talking about. So
right on.
The 2 products we specifically talked about today, we're going to be donating those 2. So they'll be going out very, very soon to you, Scotty. And
right
for the rest of our products, I'll let
Nico
go ahead.
Bring this over. So we have these. We have these 2. So we actually run these crappy flukes. Actually, I'll get it out for you so you guys can see. But these are from a custom order that we did not too long ago. So we got a couple of our crappy flukes here. Nice 2.5 inch crappy fluke. Good for great for ice fishing. We had some good luck with these ice fishing.
Perch, love those. Yeah. We already had a lot of success with perch.
We run those in all of the same rainbow colors as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say, I have had the luxury of grabbing a pack of those from you guys. And I told Steven on the weekend, you might want to rethink the species that you want to target with those. Because I'll tell you, I had a hard time keeping the walleye off them. They loved it, especially
we didn't even know.
and a drop shot presentation with that bait.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful.
Well, we're hoping on trying them this weekend for some trout in our area.
Yeah.
So, and another one we're going to be trying is a nice one.
Another one right here. This is our 7-inch ribbon worm right there. You can kind of see that's the Lake of Bays leech that we have it in right there. So yeah, this is unreal. One thing that we've noticed though is that if you're gonna hook the top, you should probably put a little cheater hook on the bottom, because usually the fish they'll only kind of grab the tail and it'll be hard to kind of set the hook. So we've noticed that if you put a little cheater hook on these, it's a catch every time. They're unreal.
Great tail action on them.
One thing I just want to mention really, really quickly that I'm extremely proud of is that these two guys are actually almost anal when it comes to pitching the barbs of the hooks. They're both very competitive fishermen, and we're looking forward to the fish on tournament. But at the same time, their main concern is they pinch the barbs because they want eventually their sons to catch those fish too, just like I want him to catch fish. So it's not about how quickly or how big or getting the fish in. Part of the excitement is fighting that fish with a barbless hook. That's a true fisherman.
That's a thrill.
Right on.
I just want to get that out. Sorry, it's a rant. I know it's a rant.
No, we love those rants. Even at CFN, we love those kind of rants, my friend. God bless you for saying that, because truly that is what we're trying to push here, is making sure that the resource exists for our kids, our grandkids, and their kids. So good on you for that, you two lads. Now, the question that's come up, Tony, I think, asked it, are these baits available anywhere right now in the store?
Right now, they're we supply one store called Postbox Tackle. They're online. They actually do like a once a month mystery bag, but you can also go to them for like individual providers. They kind of stick with the more Canadian providers than anything else. They're trying to stick only Canadian. So we're in there right now. We're talking to a couple of stores in Lindsay and Peterborough to see if we can get some stock in, and Timmins as well. It's just right now with COVID and everything, they're really worried about like sterilizing the products. How many people have touched it? How many people are in the in the area where you're working? Are they all vaccinated? Things like that, So it's just right now kind of getting out the products to stores is tough, but a lot of online stores are just buying our stuff in bulk, and then they send it from there. And they usually they'll do the sterilizing, and they'll make sure it's all clean.
Especially the Americans.
Wow, but they're buying in bulk. That's amazing. Well, listen, I for one will attest. Your paddle tails work very, very well. I have not tried your Senkos yet, and of course, what you call your crappy baits, I call eye candy, because walleye absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And you are going to be a part of the CFN Fish Off. You guys have also said, stepped up and said you're going to offer up a prize pack for the CFN Fish Off. At the end of the day, I can't thank folks like you enough for doing exactly that. It's amazing.
It's just what we try to do. We try to get back. We see all these other promotions that you guys do with all these other companies. You just want to make it fun. Like you want to give that incentive. Like even though people love fishing, no matter what, if you add those couple baits in extra, they're gonna strive for that bigger fish.
Exactly.
And then everybody loves seeing big fish. That's just the way it is.
We're also involved with another. Actually, Nico's going to explain it. Another charity in
Yes. So we actually were talking to this charity through Instagram online. It's actually called WTW Outdoors, and they do this program called Fishing with Warriors. We actually supplied the same thing that we're going to be doing for you, a bunch of rainbow packs, basically a bass kit for the best bass at the tournament. And there was actually a lady who ended up winning it. She caught, I think it was a 5.5 or a 5 pound bass to win the tournament for best bass. And we did. I think we did 4 or 5 rainbow packs for them, and they absolutely loved it. And just being able to kick back to the community and stuff like that, and being able to help out and grow the fishing community is what we want to be able to do here.
It's taking a veteran fishing. That's the whole motto is let's take a veteran fishing to say thank you. And it's a good program that they're running in the States, and we're all for veterans, etc. So we jumped on board for that particular program.
Well, once COVID is no longer, or at least it's under wraps, I don't want to say it's going to disappear, but we have a program here in Canada that Walter sort of started up, our legacy member, and I've jumped on board with the rest of the legacy.
Look, it's from the heavens.
Yeah, it's called Hooks for Heroes, and it's exactly that. We take first responders, anybody that's suffering from PTSD, we take them fishing. So you have something that's going on in your own backyard. Unfortunately, COVID has put a halt to it. But it will be getting started very, very soon once COVID is out of here.
Oh yeah,
now,
we'll be part of that. We'll definitely be part of that then.
God bless you. Well, listen, guys, it helps us help our partners. To Nico, to Ryan, and of course the Apostle Stephen. And I can't say your last name because I'm going to get it wrong. Rainche. All right. I felt it wrong, but I didn't want to say it wrong. So I'm so glad you filled in the gap for me. But Nico, Ryan, Stephen, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Again, we're going to be doing a giveaway that's going to include their prize pack. And what we're going to do tomorrow, we're going to feature it as a feature, and it will include their product as well as our next guest product that we're going to show you momentarily. But in the meantime, if you're looking for a fantastic paddle tail that's got incredible action, I'll play the video at the end of this live so you can see it again. But go right here to this Facebook link, chat them up, find out how much it is for a rainbow pack, and I tell you, you won't be disappointed because I know I wasn't, and I didn't even get through the other 4 colors. I got stuck on your what is it? Your Halliburton green again? What did you call this?
Yes, that's what it is.
The Halliburton green. I didn't get a chance to go to any other color because that thing was working.
Good.
So well.
That's good.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right on. Gents, thanks for joining us. I'm just going to put you backstage. We'll come back to you. Enjoy the rest of the show, and let's go over to our good buddy A-Rod, because I can't say his real name.
A lot of people can't. Don't worry about it, Scotty.
Right on. Right on. Listen, thanks for joining us tonight, and it is yet another episode of TNT Thursdays, which brings to light, folks like yourself who are doing this kind of stuff, in your backyard, in your basement, in your workshop, what have you. Yep. And as I mentioned to both Nico and Ryan and Steven, COVID has sort of allowed these upstart companies to sort of find their way. Yep. And I think it's awesome because at the end of the day, I think you guys are making some fantastic product, especially for perhaps maybe not having a lot of background on how to do it. So your trial and error, I'm sure there's been a lot of stock that you've gone through that, it may have not have worked out, but based on, some of the samples that I got from Walter's baits and what I'm seeing here, which is part of the prize pack, which I'm going to get you to explain, dude, man, you're like, you're swinging for the fences with this stuff. That's impressive.
I'm trying my best, my friend. I definitely am.
Now, listen, as I asked the 3 before, I will ask you, A-Rod, what was the aha moment or that implant of passion when it came to fishing? Can you tell a story that you remember back when you were young that got you into angling?
Yeah, when I was in grade 7, so 11 years old, give or take. And I don't recommend this to all the kids that are watching, but I would skip school halfway through the half of the day on my bike because we lived down by Lake Ontario at one point. So it was literally 10 minutes. And I remember hooking onto a channel cat and fought the sucker for a good 20, 25 minutes. Finally reeled it in. And I actually, and this is funny because this is going to make me feel old. I had to walk to a payphone and call my dad to come pick me up because I couldn't ride the bike and the fish at the same time.
Now, backstage, I see Ryan and I see Nico. They're looking at each other, going, "Payphone? What's payphone?" But Steven now's nodding yes. So
yes,
Steven, he's of the same vintage as all of us, and yes, we all get what a payphone is. That's awesome, and I'll tell you, you've been fishing ever since that grade 7.
Yep.
And what what on earth got you into thinking, you know what, I want to start making my own baits. I want to start making my own plastics.
You know, it's the same thing like every fisher person, right? It's when you want that specific bait, you want that specific color. You go to the store doesn't have it. Well, can I order it? Yeah, it'll take a few days, but I need it today. And I hum and hawed for a good year and a half or so. And thanks for the love of my life, my wife, who pushed me along and said, you know what, just do it. You've been humming and hawing about it for a while. Do it. And I've been doing it ever since. So I've been about 2 years playing around. Officially started selling probably about 8 months ago. I was doing it more for myself, just creating, like I said, different matches, different colors, seeing what works. I test my stuff. I always take it out to the water. I post all my pictures on Facebook with the bait stuck to their mouth. So I'm not just making something. I'm actually testing it and seeing that it works. And yeah, so I'm excited to be on the show to promote us.
You have every reason to be excited because, as I said, I've got some of your Senkos and I've got some of your beaver tails that I'm going to be showing people momentarily. But what made you come up with Mad Cam Plastics as the name?
My daughter and son. They're abbreviations of both their names.
Well, I'm telling you, it doesn't get any more CFN family orientated than that.
Exactly.
Now, Sean, I know Brian Doyle is saying that they work awesome. So
Yeah.
There's your
I
first
just saw that pop on the screen.
Sean, I'm pretty sure what you meant to say here is Canadian-made tackle for Canadian-made anglers, which, of course, is a huge motto here at CFN. And I'll be honest with you, this is truly why I love doing what I do, because it gives folks like you a stage where you can present the masses your product. Now, I'm going to just enlarge myself for a second because these are two of the products that I was given that we will be giving away tonight. That is a beaver tail, and just look, that's a prime cut. You know, that's not a restaurant cut. That's not, you know, a grocery store cut. That is a quick cut. You go to the butcher to get cut like that. That is some meaty craw. And of course, much like our Walters baits, you also have some Senkos. Now, do you have colors, names for these like Walters did?
I don't have colors because right now I'm just focusing on more custom.
Yeah.
So it's more like you call me up or message me and say, can you make, you know, an orange with silver flake, or can you make me a green pumpkin with purple flake? So that's what I'm focusing on right now. I don't have, you know, like a lot of packaged colors like you would find in the store kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm more just like, you contact me and what I have available. If you want a color, you want a match, I do my best to get it to as close as I can and try to make you happy.
Well, you know what? I showed you yours. Now you got to show me mine. I showed you mine. You got to show me yours. Some of the customs that you have.
No, someone said that to me once, and it didn't work out very well.
Well, I had 4 kids with that person. So, yeah. Depends on how you look at things. You got to see the positive and everything. That's why she's here with me.
Well, this is. I have to kind of bend it to get.
Holy smokes! Yeah.
I know they showed a 7-inch there. But this is the real thing. This is 13.5 inches ribbon tail. And everybody knows who Jeff McGee is. And one day I watched one of his videos and he posted that he was fishing with a 10-inch. And I messaged him back and I said, that isn't big. And I showed him that one and he's like, oh yeah.
So there's a few companies that I can remember or think of just off the top of my head that make, I think Culprit was one, that make a plastic that long. Now, I can't imagine trying to find a mold to make a plastic that long.
Yeah, I actually bought it in the States, and that's the unfortunate thing for us here in Canada is that there isn't very many like mold places to buy. There's 2 that are in BC, but other than that, everything is across the border, and it's like everybody was saying, like Moose was saying, shit's hard to get.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's months, right? Sometimes I'm waiting a month to get something. So
I think the boogeyman just walked in.
You just
behind
saw my son walk through. Yeah.
Well, at least he brought food. Hey, at least he brought food. Good for him.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So then there's my craw. Oh, right there.
Yeah.
My craw.
Nice.
Here's your thing that you like to call, I'm not going to say it, but there it is.
Oh, yes. The persuader.
Yeah. The persuader.
That is a persuader for sure. Nice Ned rig. For anybody who likes Ned rig, I tell you, it's got some beautiful action to it.
My tubes. Those are 3 3/4 tubes. And I also do the flukes.
Nice.
Yeah. So, so I have 7 different molds at this particular point in time that I make.
Yeah. That's incredible. And as I said, we are so blessed to have you a part of our community, and now you are part of Team CFN Fish Off, which has it's benefited our community because they will have a chance to win some MadCam plastics. But in the meantime, if somebody wanted to help support you and purchase some, how would they get a hold of you?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I have a small YouTube channel. But usually most people get me through Facebook, through Messenger.
Right on. Now, so you've mentioned that you'll do customs. We do have some of the plastics that you have featured that you brought up, of course, the Ned rig.
Yep.
What I think is just, like that is an incredibly thick beaver tail. And of course, your Senkos. What other plastics outside of that snake that you're making do as well?
Yeah, the 13.5-inch worm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make them also when, again, I go by who we did a draw in the bass fishing draw for Canada only. So I put a package together and so I did a bunch of the baits, and a bunch of them were the 13.5-inch and all that stuff. I think Michael has actually a couple of packages that I gave to him for the fish.
Yeah.
For the contest.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got the tubes, the craws. These things are great trailers. Apparently, the guys that love to fish rivers use them all the time. So, yeah.
Right on. Well, listen, A-Rod, I'm going to have you wait backstage. I'm going to explain the giveaway to all of our CFN before we lose people, because, as I said, that weather is just beautiful outside. And I can't thank them enough for joining us tonight. So I'll get right back to you, A-Rod. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll speak to you real soon.
Thanks, buddy. All
righty. Gents, and, I'll tell you, this is why I do this. You've got great upstart grassroots type companies like these who are doing some fantastic stuff. It really is good plastic. I'm not just saying that because they're offering up prizes for our CFN Fish Off. I'm not lying. Like this one paddle tail, as I said, caught a lot of fish, and I can't wait to get these up to Horwood and get them in the hands of some of our retreaters. You're going to see what I see. They produce fish, but I just think it's awesome that we're able to support our community like we are. So if you're looking for paddle tails, you're looking for Senkos, I know everybody loves their go-tos and their must-haves, but if you've got an extra $10 lying around, instead of buying a Senko from, whatever, I don't even want to mention the name, invest it in what I hope is the future of CFN, which is MadCam Plastics as well as Walter's Baits. It's just a win-win, and I tell you, you won't be disappointed because the quality that I have here before me truly speaks to that. And we're going to be giving this away to one of you viewers, and hopefully somebody that sees it before the end of the weekend. And all you have to do, you who come in here like Barry, like Sally, Steve, Chucky D, Scott Stewart, a bunch of others that are here regularly. And I don't mind giving it to the regulars. I really don't, because you guys deserve it. You come here, you show up, you're faithful, and God love you. All you have to do when you see the post tomorrow, it's going to include the MadCam logo as well as the Walter's Bait logo. All you have to do is tag a mom and pop shop. You can tag as many as you want, but all you have to do is tag one in the comments to qualify to win a prize pack courtesy of MadCam Plastic as well as Walter's Baits. It's just that simple. Anyway, thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks for the support. The CFN Fish Off starts this weekend on the 5th, Tony, not the 1st, the 5th, at midnight, or Friday at midnight, which is Saturday morning at midnight, whichever way you look at it. We're looking forward to everybody participating, going out and catching a whack of fish. We will be releasing the code very shortly, but as I can see, everybody's getting geared up, and we're really excited. Our judges are excited, and I can't thank those lads enough for all the work that they're doing. Plus the girls who are putting all the wicked graphics together. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week. I look forward to the weekend. Look forward to spending Monday with you and seeing all your wonderful catches over this weekend that is coming up and the start of the CFN Fish Off. God love you. All the best. Take care. Be safe. Peace.